Have you ever wondered if you're unknowingly sabotaging your health just by going to bed at the wrong time? Many seniors assume that as long as they get enough sleep, the timing doesn't matter. But the truth is, your ideal bedtime after 70 isn't what you think. Research has uncovered something surprising. The time you go to bed could determine how well your brain functions, how strong your heart stays, and even how long you live. A simple adjustment in your sleep schedule can increase your energy, improve your memory, and lower your risk of heart disease by up to 45%. Let me share the story of Mr. Johnson, a 75-year-old retired teacher. He was frustrated, waking up multiple times at night, feeling drained every morning, and struggling with brain fog. "I sleep for 7 or 8 hours, but I still wake up exhausted," he told his doctor. At first, he thought this was just part of aging, but what he didn't realize was that his bedtime was working against him. When he finally adjusted his sleep schedule, the transformation was incredible. His energy improved, his memory sharpened, and for the first time in years, he felt truly rested. So, what is the perfect bedtime after 70? And why does it make such a dramatic difference? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly when you should sleep and how to optimize your rest for better health. And make sure you stay until the very end, because tip number 3 could be the missing link that changes your sleep forever. Section 1. How sleep changes after 70. Think back to when you were in your 40s or 50s. You could go to bed at 11 p.m. and wake up feeling refreshed, sleep through the night without interruptions, and never worry about waking up multiple times just to use the bathroom. But now, at 70 or beyond, everything feels different. Falling asleep is harder. You wake up multiple times, and even after 8 hours in bed, you still feel exhausted. What's happening? Is this just normal aging, or is something else at play? The truth is, your body isn't broken. It's adapting. Doctors and sleep scientists have discovered that sleep changes drastically after 70, and understanding these changes can add years to your life. Let's break it down. One of the biggest shifts is in melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you sleepy. In your younger years, melatonin peaks later at night, which is why you could stay up until 11 p.m. or midnight without any issues. But after 70, melatonin starts rising much earlier, sometimes as early as 7 or 8 p.m. That's why so many seniors feel sleepy in the early evening, but struggle to stay awake for late-night TV. If they force themselves to stay up, they often end up tossing and turning in bed. A 2024 Harvard Medical School study confirmed that seniors who align their sleep schedule with their natural melatonin rise sleep better, wake up less during the night, and have more energy the next day. Your body is telling you to sleep earlier. The problem is that most people ignore these signals, leading to poor sleep quality. Another major change after 70 is a sharp decline in deep sleep. By this age, the body experiences up to 40% less deep sleep than it did at 50. This matters because deep sleep is when the body repairs muscles and joints, strengthens memory and brain function, and flushes out harmful toxins that contribute to dementia and Alzheimer's. When deep sleep declines, fatigue increases, memory slows, and morning aches and pains become more common. A 2024 Stanford University study found that seniors who go to bed too late lose up to 20% more deep sleep, which accelerates aging and increases the risk of chronic disease. If you wake up feeling exhausted even after a full night in bed, it's likely due to poor sleep quality rather than just getting older. Another factor at play is how your body builds up sleep pressure throughout the day. When you were younger, your body naturally built up a strong drive for sleep as the day progressed, allowing you to fall asleep easily at night. But after 70, this process weakens. You don't feel as naturally tired at night, you wake up more frequently, and you may feel drowsy during the day, leading to more frequent naps. The problem is that excessive daytime napping steals from nighttime sleep, creating a vicious cycle. A 2023 Mayo Clinic study found that seniors who nap longer than 30 minutes per day are 60% more likely to suffer from nighttime sleep issues. The key isn't eliminating naps altogether, but balancing them so they don't interfere with a full night's rest. Take Mr. Johnson, a 75-year-old retired teacher who had been struggling with sleep for years. He stuck to the same bedtime he had in his 50s, going to bed at 11 p.m., but every night he found himself tossing and turning for hours, waking up at 3 a.m., unable to fall back asleep, and feeling drained during the day. Finally, he saw a sleep specialist who confirmed what research has been proving. His body was still producing melatonin, but at an earlier time. He was unknowingly fighting against his natural sleep rhythm. His doctor recommended shifting his bedtime just 1 hour earlier. The result? Within 2 weeks, he was falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up feeling refreshed. His memory improved, his energy levels increased, and he no longer felt the need to nap during the day. His body wasn't broken, it just needed a schedule reset. So what does this mean for you? If you've noticed yourself feeling sleepy earlier, struggling to stay awake at night, or waking up tired no matter how long you sleep, your body is trying to tell you something. The biggest mistake seniors make is ignoring these changes and forcing themselves into a sleep schedule that no longer works for them. So what's the ideal bedtime after 70? In the next section, I'll reveal the golden hour, the scientifically proven bedtime that can improve your memory, heart health, and energy levels by up to 45%. Section 2. The science-backed best bedtime. What if I told you that a simple change in your bedtime could add years to your life? According to cutting-edge research, the ideal bedtime for seniors over 70 is between 9 hunquaq and 10 huntug p.m., and this one shift can dramatically improve your sleep quality, boost brain function, and even protect your heart. Let's start with the scientific proof. A 2024 Mayo Clinic study followed over 1,000 seniors and found that 73% of those who adjusted their bedtime to 9 hunquaq, 10 huntug p.m., reported deeper sleep, fewer nighttime awakenings, and higher daytime energy levels. Another Harvard Medical School study tracked seniors for 6 months and revealed that those who followed this bedtime had better memory, lower blood pressure, and a 45% reduced risk of heart disease compared to those who stayed up past 11 huntug p.m. But why does this specific bedtime work so well? The answer lies in how your body's internal clock changes with age. When you were younger, your body naturally produced melatonin, the sleep hormone, later at night, allowing you to stay up and still wake up feeling refreshed. However, after 70, your melatonin cycle shifts earlier, often peaking between 7 hunquaq and 9 hunquaq p.m. At the same time, cortisol, the wakefulness hormone, starts rising earlier in the morning, which explains why many seniors wake up at dawn, even if they went to bed late. This means that if you're forcing yourself to stay up past 11 hunquaq p.m., you're actually fighting against your body's natural rhythm, making it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling rested. But when you align your bedtime with your body's natural melatonin cycle, your sleep quality improves dramatically. Let's take a real-life example. Mrs. Williams, a 76-year-old retired nurse, had spent decades going to bed at midnight. Over time, she started experiencing difficulty falling asleep, frequent nighttime wake-ups, and morning exhaustion. Frustrated, she tried everything, cutting caffeine, taking warm baths, and even sleeping pills. But nothing worked. Then, she made one simple change. She moved her bedtime to 9:30 p.m. The results were life-changing. Within 2 weeks, she was falling asleep within minutes, sleeping through the night, and waking up with more energy than she had in years. Her doctor even noticed improvements in her blood pressure and mental clarity. She told him, "I didn't realize I was sabotaging my own sleep for years. Now, I finally feel like myself again." And she's not alone. Research shows that seniors who consistently go to bed between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock p.m. experience 30% deeper sleep, meaning better muscle recovery and fewer morning aches, 40% improvement in memory and cognitive function, reducing the risk of dementia, 45% lower risk of heart disease, as high-quality sleep regulates blood pressure and heart health. More stable blood sugar levels, helping prevent diabetes and energy crashes. The key takeaway: staying up late is not a sign of independence. It's a habit that could be costing you years of good health. By simply adjusting your bedtime to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock p.m., you're working with your body instead of against it. Your sleep will be deeper, your energy will be higher, and your overall health will improve. But here's where it gets even more exciting. This one small change does more than just improve sleep. It can actually reverse some of the negative effects of aging. In the next section, I'll show you the unexpected health benefits of aligning your bedtime with your body's natural rhythm, including how it can protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and even help you live longer. Section 3. Health benefits of optimized sleep. What if something as simple as changing your bedtime could dramatically improve your memory, heart health, and mental well-being? Science proves that sleeping at the right time isn't just about feeling rested. It's about protecting your body from aging-related decline. Sharper memory and cognitive function. Imagine waking up feeling mentally sharp, remembering names, and holding conversations without struggling to recall words. Studies show that seniors who sleep between 9 ca, 10 p.m. experience 32% better cognitive function compared to those who go to bed past midnight. Take Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, a couple in their mid-70s. A year ago, they started noticing troubling signs: forgotten conversations, misplaced items, and confusion over simple tasks. Their children were worried. After learning about the power of sleep timing, they committed to an earlier bedtime, moving from 11:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. 3 months later, the results were astonishing. Mr. Thompson, who had struggled to focus on his crossword puzzles, was solving them effortlessly again. Mrs. Thompson, who used to forget her daily medications, no longer needed reminder calls from her daughter. She told her doctor, "It feels like the fog has lifted." How is this possible? A 2024 Johns Hopkins study revealed that the brain clears out toxic waste linked to Alzheimer's and dementia during deep sleep. But here's the catch. This process happens most effectively in the early sleep hours, between 10 o'clock p.m. to 2 a.m. Seniors who stay up late miss out on this critical brain-cleansing window, accelerating cognitive decline, stronger heart, and lower risk of disease. Your heart never stops working, so shouldn't you give it the rest it needs? Research from the American Heart Association found that seniors who regularly sleep during the optimal window, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock p.m., had 45% fewer cardiovascular issues, including high blood pressure and irregular heart rhythms. Why? Because poor sleep strains your heart. When you don't get deep, restorative sleep, your blood pressure stays elevated and your heart works overtime. A Stanford University study discovered that seniors with poor sleep cycles had double the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Dr. Carter, a geriatric cardiologist with 30 years of experience, explains it simply. Think of your heart like an engine. It needs downtime to cool off. The right bedtime allows your heart rate and blood pressure to drop naturally, preventing long-term damage. By making this one change, you're not just sleeping better, you're actively protecting your heart and extending your life. Better mood, less anxiety and depression. Have you ever woken up feeling drained and irritable, even after a full night's sleep? The problem isn't just lack of sleep, it's when you sleep. A groundbreaking Harvard Medical School study found that seniors who adjusted their bedtime to 9:30 p.m. reported a 58% reduction in anxiety and depression symptoms. Why? Because early sleep boosts serotonin levels and reduces stress hormones like cortisol. Let's look at Susan, a 74-year-old retired teacher who struggled with chronic worry and low energy. She often stayed up until midnight watching TV, only to wake up groggy and anxious. Her doctor suggested a simple experiment: go to bed at 9:30 p.m. for 1 month. At first, she was skeptical, but after just 2 weeks, she noticed a difference. She felt calmer, happier, and more in control of her emotions. By the end of the month, she was laughing more, feeling less overwhelmed, and even rekindling old hobbies. What changed? Better sleep timing allowed her brain to reset properly, reducing stress and improving mood stability. Wouldn't you want these benefits? Sharper mind and memory, healthier heart and lower blood pressure, less stress, anxiety, and depression. And all of this comes from one simple change: sleeping at the right time. The best part? It's incredibly easy to start. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to adjust your bedtime naturally, without sleeping pills or drastic lifestyle changes. Get ready to take control of your sleep, your health, and your future. Section 4. How to adjust your bedtime easily. Knowing the best bedtime is one thing, but how do you actually change your sleep schedule without struggling? The key is small, consistent adjustments. Here's a step-by-step guide based on scientific research and real success stories from seniors who transformed their sleep. Step 1. The 15-minute rule. Shift gradually for lasting change. If you're used to going to bed at midnight, suddenly forcing yourself to sleep at 9:30 p.m. will feel unnatural. That's why sleep specialists recommend the 15-minute rule. Shift your bedtime just 15 minutes earlier every few nights until you reach your goal. Let's say you currently sleep at 11:30 p.m. Night 1 to 3. Sleep at 11:15 p.m. Night 4 to 6. Sleep at 11 p.m. Night 7 to 9. Sleep at 10:45 p.m. Continue until you reach 9:30 p.m. This gradual approach prevents your internal clock from resisting change, making it easier to stick with. After just 2 weeks, most seniors report feeling naturally sleepy earlier. Step 2. Morning light. Exposure. Reset your body's clock. Naturally. Your body's sleep-wake cycle is controlled by light exposure. The problem? As we age, we get less natural sunlight, which throws off melatonin production, the hormone that makes you sleepy. Solution? Get at least 30 minutes of sunlight every morning. Studies from MIT's Sleep Research Lab found that seniors who exposed themselves to morning light had a 40% easier time falling asleep at night. Try this. Walk outside within 30 minutes of waking up. Sit near a sunny window while drinking your morning coffee. If it's cloudy, use a light therapy lamp for 10-15 minutes. This simple habit resets your circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Step 3. Food timing. Stop eating late for deeper sleep. Did you know that eating too late can ruin your sleep quality? A study from Stanford University found that seniors who finished dinner by 7 p.m. slept 60% better than those who ate after 9 p.m. Why? Because late-night meals disrupt melatonin production. Keep your digestion active when your body should be resting. Raise blood sugar, leading to overnight wake-ups. Solution? Follow these simple meal timing rules. Eat dinner 3 hours before bed. Keep late-night snacks light, like a banana or yogurt. Avoid caffeine and alcohol after 4 p.m. By adjusting when you eat, you'll fall asleep faster and wake up feeling more refreshed. Step 4. Exercise at the right time. Walk in the morning, not at night. Exercise is one of the best ways to improve sleep, but timing matters. Morning exercise, before noon, helps regulate sleep hormones and improve energy levels. Evening exercise, after 6 p.m., can spike cortisol, stress hormone, making it harder to sleep. A 2024 Harvard study found that seniors who walked in the morning slept 50% more soundly compared to those who exercised at night. Try this. Take a 20-minute morning walk. Do light stretching or yoga in the afternoon. Avoid intense workouts within 3 hours of bedtime. By moving at the right time, you'll train your body to feel naturally sleepy at night. Step 5. Create a wind-down routine. Prepare your brain for sleep. Your body doesn't instantly switch from awake to asleep. You need a wind-down period to transition into deep rest. What works best? Dim your lights 1 hour before bed. Bright lights block melatonin. Read a book or do light journaling. Avoid stressful news or emails. Avoid screens. Blue light from phones and TVs tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. Try a warm beverage like chamomile tea, but avoid caffeine and alcohol. A 2023 study from Johns Hopkins found that seniors who followed a consistent bedtime routine fell asleep 37% faster. Start with just one of these habits tonight, and you'll feel the difference within days. You can start tonight. Adjusting your bedtime doesn't have to be hard. Just follow these simple steps. Shift bedtime gradually, using the 15-minute rule. Get morning sunlight to reset your body's clock. Finish dinner by 7 p.m. for deeper sleep. Exercise in the morning, not at night. Create a relaxing wind-down routine. The best part? Within 2 weeks, you'll start feeling more energized, clear-headed, and well-rested. In the next section, I'll wrap up with a simple action plan to help you get started. So keep watching. Now that you know the best bedtime after 70 and how to adjust your sleep schedule, I have a question for you. What time do you usually go to bed? Will you try shifting to the 9 and 10 p.m. window? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else who's struggling with sleep. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more science-backed health tips to help you live a longer, healthier life. And remember, good sleep isn't a restriction. It's an investment in your best years ahead. Start tonight and see how much better you feel tomorrow.